Yes, people, we are back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to this show. We've got a weekend preview to get through, and I thought I'd bring some absolute elite panelists on. So here they are. Flawless back in the house. Goonie in the house. We got Roms back, and Judge Mo, literally just from Saeed's channel, me and him talking football. Now we're here to do exactly the same thing. Make sure you do me a favor and follow all these guys. That's me, Flawless and Sarcasm City TV. Go follow Goonie on Man Knows Football, and make sure you go follow Roms as well on his Twitter. Make sure that you go follow Judge Mo as well, Footy Judge Mo, who's literally doing content every night, man. Every single time I sit there about to go to bed, he's live chatting football with people. So big up to all of you guys. Make sure that you do me a favor, and we are teamed up now and partnered with Football Prizes. Please make sure you go over, check out their website. It's absolutely superb to see what they have on offer. Some of the shirts, man, are just crazy, and the actual ticket prices are scary in terms of what is on offer. For what you can win and for what you've actually got an amazing prizes for is not just one team. They've got Arsenal prizes down below. They've got the Legends prize. Make sure you get involved with the Legends prize. For $1.95, you can win a Rooney England t-shirt. They don't just do football. They do Cheltenham Gold Festival tickets as well. $1.95 for a ticket to make sure you enter. Man City prizes, Harvey Elliott shirt from Liverpool, and one of my favorites down here that I've got to talk to you about is the Legends prize of Ronaldinho, one of my favorite players ever, man. One of the greatest players that you're ever going to see, in my opinion. And you actually get built-in LED and lights on and a little reel of the actual skills and tricks and flicks of Ronaldinho as well. So for $1.95, you got to get yourself involved, people. So make sure that you do that, please. There's some unbelievable prizes on there. Football prizes, go check it out. And make sure you join, because if you're not in it, then you ain't going to win it, people. So make sure that you do that, please. Listen, guys, let's talk football. I'm actually going to start with Arsenal and talk about Arsenal West Ham, because Roms, I'm going to come to you first on this one. We beat you. I'm not going to talk too much on that one. We've done enough on that, right? But it won't mean anything if we don't go and beat West Ham. So for me, it needs to be 3 points. And we haven't been able to beat West Ham, bro, for the last couple of sides. It turned into a bit of a bogey side for us, man. It's become a little bit of a joke for me. Obviously, they beat us in the Carabao Cup. They beat us at the Emirates. And last season, it was a draw that kind of dented Arsenal's title race, man. So how do you see this one going? Do you think Arsenal can get the job done this time, bro?
I think it's straightforward. Like you said, I know you've not won in your last three, but I think Arsenal win this comfortably. I don't know if Paqueta's back, and even if he is back, he'll be on the bench. I'm not really for this Bowen playing false nine anymore. I think whether you rate Ings or not, I think they should start on Ings and have that focal point now. I prefer Kudus and Bowen on either side. But I just think this is straightforward for Arsenal. The confidence the 3-1 win against us gave you, you're back in the race. I think you've got most of your players back, bar. I think Jesus isn't back, but you've got most of your strongest team back. Havertz did well against us. He probably warrants another start. And I just think it's going to be straightforward for you. I don't see how West Ham beat you in this game. I just can't really see where. Normally, the one at the Emirates, I predicted an Arsenal win at the Emirates, but I predicted it would be close, and they ended up beating you. But there was ways they could. This game, look, football's a funny game, but I just think this is going to be comfortable for you. I was just about to say the prediction. I'm probably going to do that at the end of the segment. But I think this is straightforward for Arsenal. They're high and confident. The morale's high. And look, you need to win, because by that time, most probably City and Liverpool would have gone 5 points clear, and the other one 3 points clear. So I feel like Arsenal just do enough to win this game. That in itself will be a motivating factor, man.
Mm. Listen, Goonie, I've got to talk to you about Arsenal in the next few games, because we got 7 games. 2 of those are Porto and home away, but the 5 league games we've got are all winnable, bruv. We've got West Ham, we've got Burnley, we've got Sheffield United, we've got Newcastle at home and Brentford at home. And I just feel like if Arsenal want any chance of winning this title, that we've got to pick up 4 points there, bruv. We can't be dropping any points to those sort of teams. And I do feel like there needs to be some momentum and form going into it. Was you impressed with Arsenal against Liverpool, and do you think that we can then take that into this weekend against West Ham, bro?
Yeah. I was actually impressed with the result against Liverpool. And you guys had the right to celebrate. I think that's the only time you'll ever hear me say that. You actually had the right to celebrate, man. Like, I saw the criticism that you lot were getting on the social media, but it's a big win for you lot, honestly. But my thing is you know me, I'm even with my own team, I'm not very knee-jerk. These results have to keep coming thick and fast. So in terms of going into this West Ham game, obviously you've just beaten Liverpool, who are top of the table, excellent team. So you're full of confidence right now, you get me? So I can see you getting a decent result, but at the same time, Roms, I have to disagree in terms of I don't think it'll be a comfortable win. West Ham are a very, very tricky team, man. They're a very tricky team. They've got some very good players in that team. And Arsenal, for me, the one thing that I said even last season is they have to build on momentum. And what I mean by that is you can't just be winning the big games against the top six. That's not how you win the Prem. You've got to win every single game against the teams that you're facing, especially this part of the season, because you know Manchester City now have got De Bruyne back. I believe Haaland should be back very soon. If not, he's ready to be playing. So
yeah, he played against Brentford. He's back.
Oh, there you
He'll
go.
probably start. He'll probably start the next game.
back.
Yeah.
There you go then. So you know Manchester City, they are a team that are capable of doing like 12, 13, 14, 15 wins on a bounce, on a relentless thing. So if you guys want to be in for a shout in the Premier League, you have to be winning this game. Every single game for you at this point until May is like a cup final. You've got to win every single one of them if your ambition is to win the Premier League. But you know, I can't say that I can't say that you're going to lose the game. I don't see you losing it, but you might, if you're not careful, if complacency does creep in, or you start off slow in the first half or whatever, you might come away with a draw. Personally, I'm not overly confident that you'll beat them, respectfully, because it is West Ham. They've done pretty well this season against some of the bigger teams, so you can never be too sure, bruv.
Facts, man. Listen, Flawless, let me talk to you about this, because for me, there's momentum going into these fixtures, right? And if I worked out, if we win every single one of our games, which obviously we're not going to do, we'd end up on 94 points. Now,
Said we're
that
not
to
gonna
me
do.
means, yeah, it's crazy,
Sorry,
right?
that can't be off guard. Sorry, go on.
Nah, it's calm. So I'm thinking, what is it going to take for Arsenal to win this league? We've got to be near on perfect towards the end of this season, right? And I don't think that's going to happen. Manchester City are going to be, we all know, February, March, April, May, they don't lose many games. So that means Arsenal can't do it. We probably afford to maybe draw a couple of games from now until the end of the season if we want to have any chance of winning this title, in my opinion, which will allow us to get to that 90 points mark. And I feel personally that there's a couple of things I wanted to throw your way. One, do you see Arsenal kicking on from here and change since Dubai? That's my first question. Have you noticed anything in the last few games from Arsenal? And what do you make of this commotion? Because Curtis Jones has come out today, which I was going to throw to Roms, and started to say, trying to copy my manager, blah, 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 blah. Listen, man, I know we rattled everybody by winning, and I know that everybody wanted us to lose, but let's just get over it now. Concentrate on Burnley. Yeah, you lost. Move on. Get on with it. Otherwise, stuff like that for me is just weird, man. Like, I didn't think we would rattle people this much, but wow, we have, man. Without that beating Liverpool really has rattled the world of football. It's crazy to me. Flawless.
Can I just say something before
Yeah, go on, Roms.
Flawless,
Yeah, go
before
on.
Flawless goes? When it comes to the social media kings, it is Arsenal. I'm someone who doesn't really get rattled. I'm normally cool, calm, and collected. But you see your fan base just past 3-4 days. I've lost my head. I've lost my head, honestly. But so I just thought I'd put that in there. Arsenal,
you're not the only one, man.
That is right, man. They mad. They are mad annoying. You know what I'm saying? And they're mad annoying without even having no great success. They just want a match, and they played very well and deserved the win. But you see how they're moving. Not all Arsenal fans, but I'm saying the general consensus. And this is what I'm saying, that who doesn't normally, like he said, he's normally just chilled. He ain't getting involved in this. And even Roms is like, yeah, this is too far. So imagine what Liverpool fans who are knee-jerk and a little bit more reactionary in regards to it. Like, that tells you all you need to know. But yeah, you asked about Arsenal and have I seen anything different? No, Arsenal are still the same to me. Yes, there's quality there. Yes, you're going to play good football at times. Yes, you're going to win more games than you lose because you're one of the better sides, but you still lack that quality to go and win the Premier League. That doesn't change. Like you mentioned, your next few fixtures outside of Porto in the Champions League, and they're all winnable fixtures on paper. Guarantee Arsenal drop points in one of them. And that's a prime example of why you won't win the league, because of that lack of quality. Everyone can see what you should have went and got in January. Everyone knows you need a striker. Everybody's clear as day that if you put a striker in that team, all of a sudden it looks completely different. Yeah, you could say maybe a backup defender, maybe a backup to Saka, etc., etc. But yeah, I don't see anything different. And are Arsenal in the title race? Yes. Will they win it? No, they're not going to win the league. And I've said this from the jump. Even the clip of this joker down here in the bottom left, Mo, when he asked the question about, can Arsenal win the league? And then he was just cracking up.
I didn't.
You
wasn't
laughed.
me.
It wasn't
It
you. Okay,
wasn't
go on.
me.
Go on, Mo. Go on.
I asked a question, and LB gave this evil laugh, and Sam couldn't hold, and then I laughed. I just asked a question. We were joking before that. It's not my fault that both of them, the Liverpool and the Man City fans, laughed their asses out. It's not my fault.
No one's blaming you, but you agree with them, Mo. That's why you laughed. You agree.
Absolutely. Ask Potts. Potts, what did I say?
What did
To
you
be
say?
fair, I was
I
going to
don't
come to
believe
you.
you're gonna
I'm
win
going to
the
come to you,
league.
Mo, on it.
I don't. I
Arsenal,
believe.
Liverpool.
I don't believe. Listen, I wouldn't put my money on you winning the league. I will put my money.
You put someone
more on
else's
Man
money on
City
it.
to win the league. I'll put someone else's money on them. to
Yeah,
win
you
the
put
league.
someone else's money on them. You
But
get it? Yeah.
what Arsenal did winning against Liverpool is that they put themselves in a position when
Yeah.
it's in their hand. And I believe if you win
It's all in
against
their hands,
West
yeah.
Ham, I believe if you win against West Ham, and I believe you will, the signs say that you will win against West Ham. If this is West Ham in November or October and you're going away to West Ham, I would say it's a tricky game. I would not pick Arsenal to win the game. But looking at West Ham nowadays and looking at Arsenal after these 3 games, right, playing against Crystal Palace, because you played 3 completely different games, right, against the 3 oppositions, completely different. Forest, different than Palace, different than Liverpool. And you succeeded in the 3 of them. And I said that maybe before these games, I wouldn't pick you as a winner. But after watching these 3 games, I said, actually, Liverpool are the least sign of me of you winning against West Ham. It's completely different. This West Ham game might look like the Crystal Palace game or the Forest game, but you prove that you can win the game. And I believe if you win against West Ham, simply, you can go on a run. Because that means you won against the biggest hurdle until you go against Man City. West Ham away for you is the biggest hurdle. The 2 games that you play at home are against, I think, against Man United at home. No, not Man United.
Old
You
Trafford.
play against Chelsea, Old Trafford at the end. This is the second to last game. I think against Chelsea and against another team at home. But everything else, I think you can win the games. I truly, if you win against West Ham, I didn't believe you're going to win against Liverpool. And you proved me wrong. Mikel Arteta put something out of the bag. And you burst Liverpool bubble. That's why the people like Rams and everybody's upset, because they thought, yeah, it's Klopp's year. We are saying goodbye to Klopp with winning the league.
Mo's such a troll, you know.
And he got schooled.
Mo is
He's
such
not.
a troll,
I'll be
you know.
real. He's not lying though. We thought we were going Emirates and winning.
No. Everybody did. Like I thought. I actually picked Arsenal to win the game. I thought Arsenal would win.
I thought it's 2-2 or 1-1. I thought they will cancel each other. I didn't think Liverpool was that mediocre, and I didn't think that he's going to be that naive and leave Martinelli want to run with Konate for like 90 minutes. He literally did that. He was naive.
Yeah,
But
Mo, the thing is, I do agree with you. I think Arsenal. I don't think it'll be comfortable, but I think Arsenal beat West Ham. You know what I'm saying? It'll be spirited. West Ham will give them a game, but I think they will.
They won't go to win the list.
Why? Because of what I said just before that. This run that when you look at that set of fixtures that Potts mentioned, they should win every game. They're going to drop points. Why are we acting like we have?
So you are basing it on feelings, not logic.
No, it's not feeling. It's basing it on Arsenal because I think they lack quality. No, it's not feeling they lack quality. That's what it is.
So
this is the same. This is the same Mo guy. You now don't believe they can win the league, but when I told you this on your channel 2 months ago, you was trying to play devil's advocate.
I said they're gonna go lose at the.
Yeah, you was trying, but Mo, you was
no. You're not listening to me.
Go on.
The last point, Flawless.
Go on.
All of this can happen, and I believe they can do it, and I believe there is a bigger chance of them winning the games. My problem is they're gonna go to the Etihad and lose, and it's gonna be 6 points. League is done. Over.
Okay, but like I'm saying, despite that, I'm talking about before they get to the Etihad, and I'll say it again. I believe they have a favorable run of fixtures right now. They will drop points at some point.
Why are you doubting them?
Why am I? Because of their lack of quality. That's why. They're Arsenal. You don't think they can win the league either. So we're in agreement. How are you doubting me on
that run? I'm talking about
that run because we've seen Arsenal do this year in year out. Last season, the same way they went and they dropped points at West Ham, the same way they lost to drew to Southampton at home. They're 2 games right there. They're 2 games we all thought they was going to win. We see why we acted like we hadn't seen Arsenal do this before. And I think they're worse this year than they was last year. I thought they were a better side last year. So that's why. You acted like we weren't in agreement, but you're doubting me. But we agree they ain't going to win.
I agree that they can't win against City, but I'm looking at this Arsenal based on the last 3 games. And if they win against West Ham, which is you agree they are favorite.
Yeah. They beat West Ham. Yes.
It's a 4-game run. They have 4 games after that, or 5, if I'm not mistaken. 5 until they face Man City. I think they can win the 5. I really think they can.
They can, but I think they'll
Let
drop
me
points
see.
somewhere in there.
We can,
Yeah.
but will we? That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I
They
think-
don't drop
Let me
points.
see who they've got.
Yeah,
I
but in
can't
that,
say you will. Okay, I can't sit here and say you will or you won't. I'm saying based
we can make a
on
prediction.
I'm making a prediction. I think they will win these games.
So you reckon they win 9 games in a row?
Yes.
I disagree with
Nah.
that. They winning 9 games in a row.
Within-
I don't even
within-
think Poch thinks they winning 9 games in a row. I'll
Within
tell you.
them
They
9
play-
games,
they
they've got
play
City,
Champions
they've got
League.
City away within them 9 games.
I
You
think
know,
No.
I think we'll
I'm
drop
saying
points.
before
I think
the
he
City
means
game
other than
starts.
City. Other
Before
than
City, I think they can
What's
go
their
to the
fixtures?
City.
Let me have a look. Let me one
We
second.
got
Go on,
West
sorry,
Ham.
Mo.
We got
Yeah,
West Ham. We got Burnley away.
Mhm.
We got Sheffield United away. We got Newcastle at home and Brentford at home.
That's it. That's it.
Wait, repeat that.
If they
Repeat that
can't
again,
win
Dan.
this,
No,
Well, West
they'll drop
Ham
points
away.
somewhere.
okay.
definitely.
They'll
West
drop
Ham
points
away,
somewhere.
Burnley away,
Burnley away.
Newcastle at home.
If they drop
Sheffield
points,
United
we're all gonna
away,
be saying
Brentford
you
at
failed,
home.
right?
They're gonna drop
Okay, so
points.
hear me
Yeah,
out.
100%.
Okay,
Like,
so this is the argument that Flawless put out.
Go
If
on.
they drop points, they will say they failed, but you expect them to drop points. So make it make sense.
No, I expect
You
them to
know
drop points, but that's unpopular. If you
You know
talk to
what?
most like you people, you think they're gonna win all them games. You think they're
Flawless
gonna
and
win them 4
Goonie.
games, right?
If they win against
Flawless-
West Ham, I believe they win these.
Okay, so you
Flawless and
expect
Goonie.
them to win West Ham.
I agree.
So
I
what
agree
are we
with you
talking about?
two, but I agree
Go
with you two, but the reverse. I agree
Mm.
with Mo. I think they actually win all them games on the lead up to City. I think where Arsenal drop points is the penultimate games, the last 4-5 games season. When we know Arsenal, when the pressure really ramps up, we know what happens with Arsenal. I think that's where they drop points. I actually agree with me. I think up until the City game, I look at them 4 games. I think momentum, Arsenal winning. I actually think they'll win all them games in a row. Arsenal will drop points after the City game because with Arsenal, their losses come in batches, and I think Dan will agree. They never normally just lose one and carry on winning. It's normally
Fact.
one followed by a draw,
After,
then
mate.
followed by
After.
another draw. They lose or draw in batches. So I think after City, whoever they have after City, which I don't know off the top of my head,
Bro,
I think that'll probably be a draw or a loss.
It looks
Like I
bleak,
said,
bro.
yeah,
They
it
have
does-
Brighton away, Spurs away, Man
Brighton
United
away.
bro.
You never know what
but the
Brighton's
thing
gonna
is,
do.
it looks good. Like for instance, if they drew against Newcastle, I'm not shocked by that. If they draw against Newcastle at home,
I'll be
Last
shocked.
season,
So this is,
last
I'll be
season we
surprised.
drew.
I'll be surprised.
drew.
If they
Yeah,
draw at
could-
home against Newcastle, I'll be surprised.
yeah,
Well,
okay.
last
bro.
season we
I'm
drew
not
the
surprised that
whole
you're
Newcastle.
surprised.
And
You would
we
be
drew
Because
surprised by that.
Newcastle aren't good, Flawless.
That
Yeah,
one
I
of them-
agree. I agree. You know what? I don't think Newcastle are great. I'm just saying I
That's
understand
it.
that. But like I
think
said,
you just
two
like to
people.
doubt Arsenal for no logical reason.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All
Your
right, okay.
argument is that because it's, you know what? It's I
All
watch
right.
this. Spurs will lose
What?
because it's Spurs. Is that
No,
logic?
it's a lack of no. Again, you're not listening. I said it's a lack of quality.
not
I've
listening.
said this 3 times though. I am listening. You're not listening to me. I said it's a lack of quality. That's why we've watched Arsenal do this before.
You believe
They
that
did
this
this.
team
They
is
did this.
weaker
No.
than the others?
Listen, they did this last season, and their team was better last season, in my opinion. I think Arsenal were a better outfit last season than they were this season, and we
Agreed.
watched them drop. And so you agree with me on that. And we
Yes.
watched them drop points at times when they shouldn't. We watched them go and draw away at West Ham. We watched them draw
Oh.
at home to Southampton, etc. So why is it so
I'll tell you why,
unfathomable?
because I don't believe this is crunch time, bro. I believe crunch time is what Roms is talking about.
Nah, this is crunch
Yeah,
time. This
No,
is crunch
it
time.
is-
for
it is
us.
crunch
They
time.
don't
No.
believe crunch
This is
time.
crunch
City
time.
have
No,
made
no,
it
no.
crunch time
No.
because of
It's
their
crunch- yeah,
ability
go on,
to
Ruby.
win games, fam, on back to back
Yeah.
to back. Yeah, anything after January, February, you need to, if you're trying to challenge for that title, you need to be winning every single game. And perhaps if you're lucky, draw maybe 1 or even 2 games at max, because you know City can do the 14, 15 wins on the spin with their eyes closed. They can do
I
it.
do agree, Mo. I do agree. I think it is crunch time for Arsenal, man. If we
Yes.
go lose to West Ham now, can you imagine? It's like, it's all done.
Yeah.
Like, what was
That
all that
changes
about?
And Mo, yeah, just to
That
clarify with the
changes
crunch time
everything.
thing. Yeah, Mo, and the fact is that you're saying it's crunch time normally at the back end of the season. Yeah, this is crunch time for Arsenal because normally February, March is the time they fall away. Why are we acting like we ain't seen this film before?
They
That's
fell away last
historically
season,
fact.
guys.
Yeah, we've
fell
seen this. What are we talking about?
They
Yeah, go
fell
on. Mo.
away last season in game week 29. Am I wrong? Game week 30. This is
Was
when
it?
this is when the collapse happened.
Look at
Week
him, yo.
30,
This guy
week
crazy.
30, yeah.
This guy- Mo, I know what your trick is. Hey, Mo, you see what Arsenal
No.
fans watching this? You know what Mo's trick is and what Mo
No,
does,
bro.
yeah? He'll hype up Arsenal, big up Arsenal, and then for you lot to then get hyped up and believe in the side, and then
And
as soon
shoot
as you
us down.
fail, he'll be there to laugh.
No,
yeah,
no,
100%.
Well, no,
100%.
I
I've seen
would.
this before, Mo.
I really
I know you.
believe. I
Oh, what
really
do you
believe they can win. Wallah al-azim, wallahi. I believe they can win the coming games. And especially if they win after West Ham, if they drop points, I'll be surprised.
Hmm.
These are not tough games. I'm sorry, Burnley away, Sheffield away, even Newcastle at home shouldn't be tough for Arsenal that much if they beat Liverpool. And then Brentford at home. I think that's
Okay.
it.
All
I
right.
get what you're saying. Oh, we've seen Arsenal drop when they shouldn't drop, the drop
Mhm.
points and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna base it based on this. I'm gonna base it based on what I'm seeing. If Arsenal win against West Ham, that's 4 games on the bounce
But
against
Mo,
4 different oppositions.
here's my question to you. Can you base the probability of Manchester City winning the league off their history of being able to put in a string of consistent wins?
Yes.
Okay, so based on that history, and you look at Arsenal's history of their form of capitulation towards this part of the season, where's really the difference if we're using history to analyze and predict what's going to happen at the end of the season?
But that's why I said so I agreed with Rams. You guys missing the point. Me and Rams said that they're
What
gonna
am I
fall
saying?
short after the City.
After the City game, yeah.
We disagree on the timing.
Okay,
I
Yeah,
am
yeah,
saying,
that's what it is. It's a difference
no,
in
no,
time. It's
and that's fair.
you know what?
but I
I'm
see
checking
what
it.
you're saying, but
No, that's
I
fair.
don't trust
That's
this
fair.
Arsenal team. But I might trust them now because
But-
I think the Liverpool game and the West Ham game will give them that, you know what I mean, that backfire that will
Do you know
push
that
them
point?
a little
No,
bit
that
forward.
Yeah, hey,
That
Mo
was
you
like,
know
knows
what
oh
it is,
my
yeah?
God. And
Mo
then
knows
the
what he's
burst
doing.
will have
This
You know
Mo guy,
what?
Mo, you're a big crook,
like
you
Mo
know.
said, the games up until City for me, Arsenal win. But then after City, they've got Luton at home. But then Brighton away, Villa at home, Wolves away, Spurs away. They're the 4 games I think Arsenal's title race capitulates. That's when I think it's done. But until then, yeah, they'll probably get the job done. For me, this is as simple as it is for me, right? You lot might raise eyebrows here. I don't think Liverpool lose another Premier League game this season. I think draws are going to kill us, as they always do. I think Arsenal lose games, and I think Liverpool have another 4 or 5 draws till the end of the season. And City will just have the most wins out of the 3 teams. All teams are going to drop points till now the end of the season. No team's going to win all their games. It's not possible to win all their games or have flawless runs, right? But I just think City will get more wins than Arsenal, Liverpool. Draws will kill us and losses will kill Arsenal. That's how I can see this title race going. I can
No,
see
I
it
hear that.
going
And
like
it's
that.
not just based, and just to clarify, don't get mistaken, it's not based off history. It's also based off what I've been watching with Arsenal. Because I've watched them a lot this season. So that's why I think it is.
I
Because
don't think
everybody's
anything you're saying flawless is wrong. I don't
yeah,
think
because
anything-
everyone's we disagree on the timing, but everyone's expecting them because they have a favorable run. How many times have we watched Arsenal with a favor? They've dropped points this season when we didn't expect them to drop points. What we talk like
West
no one
Ham
West Ham at home.
and flawless. That goes on to what I said earlier, right? They draw against us. Remember, I said Arsenal lose and draw in batches. It was West Ham and Fulham back to back, and then that's everyone's like, oh, they're out the
they
race and
lost.
whatnot.
I
Do
forgot
you
about the
remember it was
Fulham
back
one.
to back?
Yeah.
It was
I forgot about the Fulham one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see that. But one thing we all do agree on that is inevitable. The fall is coming. It's just a happen of when, not if.
I'd love to say that you were wrong, but I can't disagree with anything you're saying, bro.
Yeah.
And I just didn't think we were in the league anyway. I've never ever said Arsenal win the league. I think Liverpool have got a great chance of getting in the mix, but I also think that we have. I just don't see past City, man. I just think Man City are too good. I don't see them losing many games. If I'm honest with you, if Arsenal have anything about them, then they'll have to, like Goonie said, they'll have to pretty much be flawless now. And they've got to win at the Etihad, otherwise it's just not going to happen, is it? So that's the way I see it. But Roms, let me flip it to you, bro. In terms of Liverpool bouncing back against Burnley, it's probably a nice game to have for you to actually try and bounce back. Any worries that you saw in the Arsenal game moving forward, or do you think you can learn from that and move on, bro?
No, I think we win this straightforward. I'm on my way there after this stream, but this should be a straightforward win. Obviously, we know football don't go like that, but this should be a 3-4-0 hammering. Some of our fan base have come out today and be like, "Oh, we've got the flu. We don't know what players have the flu." It's like, come on now. If you played football, the flu can affect you, but not to a mad degree that you can't play no part in the game. But we should beat them quite straightforward. Company for Burnley this season. For me, after Sheffield, I think we were expecting Luton to probably be the worst team. For me, it's been Sheffield and Burnley. I think 3 players that have impressed me is, I think, Ober, that French winger, Koleosho. I think they've got Lau Foster that's doing decent for his first campaign in the Prem. But this should be straightforward, man. Endo's back in the 6, and I can't lie, I was a fan that wrote him off before the Arsenal game. I think the 1-1 game at Anfield, when he actually put up a good battle against Rice. From that game until the Asian Cups, he's playing very well for us, to the point some of our fan base were saying we don't even need a 6 anymore. You see, once you have a purple patch, all of a sudden your problems have been fixed and we don't need a 6, but we still need one. But he was playing very well. I think him coming back in gives us a bit more stability. McAllister can go back in his natural position in the 8, and probably that will probably be midfield 3 with Jones, McAllister, and Endo. And yeah, Nunes, Jota, and Diaz obviously had an off game against Arsenal, and you made us play like that. Do you know what I mean? They weren't clinical enough, but it should be back to normal settings, man. I'm going for an emphatic win, and yeah, we have to, because if we drop points, forget a loss. Even if we draw this game, we don't deserve to win the title. We don't deserve to win the title. If you can't beat Burnley at home, come on now, Burnley at home, we don't deserve to win the title. So yeah, man, we win this game. I think it'll be pretty straightforward. And I think actually each of our attackers score. I think we're just gonna have fun tomorrow.
Wow, optimism, man, confidence. I thought, yeah, your midfield needs to sort it out, because I thought that was terrible. I know Declan Rice and Jorginho bossed it, but I thought Gravenberch was horrible in that game, man. I thought he was terrible.
Yeah, he was.
And you know, you've got a big up, but I expect you to beat Burnley quite comfortably. I know what Mo's answer is to this, because me and him would talk a lot, and we've just been on Saeed's channel. So I asked Flawless and Goonie, do you think Liverpool still finish ahead of Arsenal this year?
Go on, Goonie.
I think so.
Why do you think so?
Well, I think, in all honesty, Klopp is a way better manager than Arteta. I know it's a very basic answer, but sometimes you got to look at what's on the bench as well. I think Klopp is number one better than Arteta. Number two, Liverpool seem to have this knack, obviously not against Arsenal, but they seem to have this thing where they're able to bounce back. They've got a lot of resilience in that squad where they bounce back and get late minute wins. I think that's gonna count massively for them. They've got quality players in their squad. At the beginning of the season, everybody wrote them off to say, "Oh, they ain't got a DM." Do you know what I mean? They're not going to finish in the top 4. Well, here we are. You know what I mean? Here we are. They're at the top of the table. So let me also look at their run of fixtures as well, because I'm not too sure who they have got playing. So
this is where
I've got it here. You've got Burnley at home. I think you'll beat them. Brentford away might be tricky, but I can see you beating them. You've got Luton at home. You'll beat them. Nottingham Forest away. What was this? Oh no, it wasn't Forest. It was Luton that you drew.
We lost at Forest last year, though. We lost at Forest.
That might be tricky. Liverpool City. Oof. So you do have a tough few games actually in comparison to Arsenal, bruv, because you still got to play even.
Goonie, do you want me to tell you when our next banana skin will be? Liverpool fans are going to hate me. That's fine. We draw at Brentford next week. I can just see it. I can see a 1-1 early morning kickoff. I think Tony and Visser will be back. They've missed Visser a lot. Visser and Tony and that combination up top, they've missed him. I think Norgard's back in the team. Jensen. I can just see there's no real logic to my answer here. I just feel we're gonna drop points in that game. But early morning draw. I can see. I hope I'm wrong. Of course, I hope I'm wrong, but I can't see us winning that game. That's where I think our next banana skin is.
Yeah, you got Villa away, you got Spurs at home, you got West Ham away, you've got United away, although I think you'll beat them. You've got Man City at home. You got a tough run of fixtures, bro. That's the thing. So I actually answered without looking at them fixtures. So I don't know. That's a bit of a game changer. And then obviously depending on who stays fit for you as well, because you've had quite a few injuries as well this season. So I don't know. That's actually a good question, Dan. I'll let Flawless continue, bro. Because I
think
so. Let's end the stream, bro. End the stream, bro. End the show. End the league. Give it to Man City. What is this? What are we talking about?
I know what Mo's trying to do.
Fan right there.
I know what Mo's trying to do.
Fan right there. And then saying, "Oh, we're gonna drop points to Brentford."
What happened? Why did Mo say in the street?
Mo.
This Mo guy is a troll, you know. Hey, Mo is an elite troll, you know. I didn't realize it. He is elite. Yo, Mo, you are one of the best trolls out here, man.
You have the easiest fixtures out of the 3 teams. Liverpool, Man City still have to go to Anfield away. They have to go to Spurs away. They have to go to Brighton away. Yes, you trust them to win. Your team only have Man United away. You know that. The only top 8 team that you go away to is Man United. The only top
Aston
8.
Villa, no. Aston Villa, second.
Hey, Rums,
We're
you know what
Aston
the
Villa's last home game.
Rums, you know what the
Aston
They
Villa's
got
craziest
Man
last
part
home
is?
City at home
Hey,
as
hey,
well.
Rums, you know what the
Yeah, but
craziest
that's
part
Man
about all
City at
this is, yeah?
home.
Rums,
They
you know what the
normally
cra-
Man City
I know what you're
don't
gonna
win
say,
at
Flawless.
Anfield,
You
Goonie.
know what
That's
I'm
the
gonna say.
thing.
I know what you're gonna say. Go on.
The craziest part about all
Go
this
on, I
is
know what you're gonna say.
Mo's saying all this spiel, and he's also picking Manchester City to win the league. Well, you're wrong for
Exactly.
saying
No,
Manchester
no,
City
no,
gonna
no.
win the
But
know
league.
I'm
what
giving,
I'm
I'm
doing?
You know what I'm
living, I'm
saying?
giving. No. Based on what I saw 23 games, I'm giving
Okay.
Liverpool a big chance.
Of course you are.
Chance. No, a big one. What
Of
I
course,
mean,
I'm not.
it's
It's
as
not your you, Mo.
close. It's as close to equal to Man City as it can get. I am
Yeah,
not saying.
they'll be
I'm not
close.
saying. I'm not saying that Man City will definitely win the league, which is a lot of people choose that easy route because it's very easy to pick Man City and then at the end act surprised when Liverpool win the league. 23 games, Liverpool top of the league. Yes, they lost to Arsenal. So did Man City lost to Arsenal. They have I'm playing logical, no agendas. I swear to God. They have the easiest fixtures. They have Man City. Oh, fuck off.
You the best.
Fuck off.
Because you know what will happen, Flawless? Once we don't win the league, Mo would be like, but you told me back then that you could
Yeah, the
No,
craziest
no,
part
no.
is Mo
Even
said
if
this
you
thing-
don't win
Mo
the
said
league,
this thing-
even, like,
Mo
hold
said
on,
this thing-
hold on.
Yeah,
Come on.
go.
Logical, wallahi, logical people. But people think that I'm doing that because I'm talking about Liverpool. You face Man City at home.
Correct.
Logically, on paper, Liverpool should win every game to Man City. If you stay like Man City, you should be 2 points ahead of them. And after this, you have an easier fixture than them. That's just logic here.
Yeah,
I would
that
be
is true. That's true.
surprised. That's logical.
No,
I'm
no,
I
not
agree. I
trying
think
to
the
make it,
next 4 games, Liverpool should
like
be
we are
winning it.
trying,
Definitely.
we are saying Liverpool will drop points here and there. It's a tricky. Yes, it is tricky. So did Man City going to Spurs is tricky. So Man City going to Anfield is very tricky. So Man
Absolutely.
City going to so Man City going to Brighton is tricky. These are
Yeah.
tricky games as well.
100%.
But do we trust Man City more than Liverpool? Slightly. Because
Yes.
Liverpool have yes, but Liverpool, because they had a dip last season. Remember the season before they were going for a quadruple. Yes, they fell short by 1 point.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Liverpool, you guys are the ones that sit here and tell me they know how to do it. Liverpool is a
Who's
Mo,
that?
my
Who tells you
my
that?
actual
Wait,
prediction.
You just
Who's
said you trust Klopp more than Arteta because
I didn't answer the question. That
You
was
were
Goody.
I think
doing-
Gooney did.
No, I
think
didn't answer the question.
Who
I
said
I
think
did not
Gooney
answer.
said
I
it.
did not answer the question.
But someone
Yeah.
else.
I know we say all black folks look alike, Mo, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. I didn't answer the
Fuck
question.
off.
I'm joking, but that's just a joke. Mo's
It's a
man
joke,
done.
people.
This is why
It's
we
a
can
joke.
do that. It's a joke, just to
It's a joke,
clarify.
people.
But I did not answer the
But
question because Goody answered.
someone said
Go
that
on.
Klopp knows how to do it. Klopp knows that how, like, right? They have X factors. Someone said that.
I just
Gooney-
know.
Gooney
I
said
just
Klopp
said
over
no. I just
Arteta.
said Klopp's the better manager. I never said all
Then
of that.
Arteta, yeah.
He didn't say all that
All
extra
right.
stuff.
Do you know
I started
do you know
talking
what
about
it
X
is, Mo?
Factor and all that, you know.
Do you know what it is, Mo? Yeah, I
It's Mo,
actually
man,
agree with
bro,
you to an
yo.
extent. I think Arsenal fall off. When it comes to the last day of the season, we'll be able to mathematically win the Prem and see. I think Arsenal will be long gone by then. I just think it will be draws that penalty make us behind City. I think because you've named City's run. I think you said Spurs away. You said someone else away. I
You
can't
away,
remember City's run.
Brighton away.
Brighton away.
I can look at the rest of the fixture, but I know that they go to Bournemouth away. Yes, it's easy game, but I think they play Brighton, then they play Arsenal at home, which is a hurdle. They play Aston Villa at home. They play Spurs away. That's a hurdle as well. So they have a tougher fixtures than you. They have Forest away as well, like you. You have easier pictures.
We've got to go. We've
I
got to go
actually
the
disagree. I
Etihad.
actually
We've got to go the Etihad, White Hart Lane, and Old Trafford still.
One
Arsenal.
minute.
That's
I'm not
pretty
talking
tough.
about Arsenal.
Don't.
Yeah, but
Arsenal
Dan,
got
sorry,
a big
not Dan.
chance, Mo.
Dan,
You know what I'm saying?
I actually disagree. Mo, I actually disagree.
We're
After the City game, you're gonna laugh. But Everton away, we always draw to, and you know draws are like losses in title races. Everton away, our record's not the greatest recent years. We're Aston Villa's last home game, and depending where they are in Europe, top 4 can be an incentive. If them and Spurs are level on points, they're going to give their all that game. We've also got Man United away, and I don't care how bad United are. Old Trafford is always a hard game. They beat us last season. There, we've still got 3 or 4 hard games after, not before the City game, after the Man City game as well. I would actually say City's run is easier than ours. After Liverpool versus Man City, I would say Man City's run is easier than Liverpool's in my opinion.
But even on that, Rums, let's say for argument's sake, Liverpool's run of fixtures is more favorable than Manchester City's. Where we look at it and go, why we still think, and Mo said the City are the logical answer because they are the best team with the best manager. So even if they have a slightly tougher run, we still trust them more. Do I think it will be close? Yeah. I think Liverpool, to answer
I think we lose by a point again. How about that? I think we lose by a point
I could easily see that. The craziest part is, even though I said it jokingly, and I'd love that to happen just from a banter perspective and chaos for Liverpool to lose the league by 1 point again, I can see that happening. I don't think City run away with it. I don't think there's a major gap between the two sides, but I think with the manager City have, the players they have, they're better than Liverpool. So I look at it and go, all right, they're more likely, in my opinion, to win. The quality's there. Yeah, go on, Rums.
You know what it is for us, right? And I'll put my neck on the line here, and I've said this for the last couple of weeks. The reason why losing at least the one we want, if you ask us what's the one we want to win out of the four, it's the league. But the reason why I think this season we're going to soften the blows, because I actually believe we do the cup treble. What we done in 2001 with Europa League, FA Cup, and League Cup, I think we do that again.
You do the treble too?
I think we do the cup treble, whether you want to call it a B-Tech treble or the fake treble.
It's a baby treble, but it's a treble.
I think we do, like you said, I think we do the baby treble.
You're gonna win the Carabao Cup and the Europa League, Roms. I think definitely. Whether you win the FA Cup and the league, I don't know. But
you know what, I was saying that originally as well. But I think we add I think we do a cup treble there. But the league, the reason why it will still be sour, because that's the one you want, man. That's the big one. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, the major trophy. That's the major trophy. But yeah, to answer your question, Potts, in regards to Liverpool and Arsenal, I said from the start of the season, I think Liverpool will finish second and Arsenal and they'll finish above Arsenal. I think they're a better team. I think they have, even though both sides, and you look at it, have obvious weaknesses and where they look to improve. I think Goonie hit the nail on the head when he spoke about the manager. That's the biggest difference between these two sides. I think Klopp is a much better manager than Mikel Arteta. And I think that will be the difference, despite obviously the game that just went on. But yeah, I think City will win the league. And I think Liverpool will finish second.
Listen, the one thing I will say is I think Arsenal are definitely in this title race. Whether Liverpool or City will finish ahead of us, I think that's a good debate to have. But a lot of people that were saying Arsenal are going to be down with Villa and Spurs soon.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah,
that was mad talk, man.
Dan, you know who's going to have one of the biggest says in this title race? Flores' team and Spurs. Because I think Arsenal, Liverpool still have to go there. I think City have to play there as well.
Yeah, we play City.
Team's going to have a say in this title race. You're going to have a very big say. I think your last two home games of the season are Liverpool and Arsenal. I think off the top of my head.
That's crazy. I know Arsenal are late. Is it Liverpool? Is it you lot?
Maybe we're your third to last. Maybe we're your third to last, actually. But I know within your last 3 games, it's Liverpool and Arsenal at Old Trafford. So you lot will have a say in this.
Yeah, man, I actually agree. I think United is scary to think that, but I do actually believe that. Let's go to them. Flawless. Flirting with top 4 if you beat Aston Villa. Whether you think you'll get it or not, I'll ask you that. But you're gonna have to beat Villa, bro. Anyway, what are you saying? It's gonna be a tough
I like the way you just skimmed over that pot. Like that's just like just going to Villa for Manchester United or winning is just gonna be easy. We just gonna roll up and beat them 2-3, 3-0 or 2-1, 3-1 or whatever the case may be.
You gotta win it, man. You gotta win it, ain't you?
I can't say all that. You know what I'm saying? I would like to sit here and be like, yeah, I'm confident going to this game. No, to me, it's got draw written all over it, to be honest. Obviously, they just lost to Chelsea. They were poor in that game. Chelsea did play very well. Villa were poor. And I believe they lost their home game before that as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. I swear they lost the home game before that. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to check. But with Manchester United, I don't know what we're going to get. Yeah, we played well against West Ham. Like the performance for the vast majority of the time. We played well against Wolves for the vast majority of the game, I should say. Sorry, apart from the last 10 minutes or so. But does this manager change it? Does he stick with that team? And do we show up? Now, if he sticks with the team we've been playing, we have a chance. But I'm not fooled by this recent run of form or the recent run individual performances being better. I'm like, I still need to see more. I've watched us for too long this season perform poorly. So I'm just not getting gassed and going over the top with a couple good wins and a couple surprise performances. It's like, all right, with our run of fixtures, because we play Villa away, I think it's Luton away, Fulham at home, and then I think we got Forest away in the cup. So 3 of our next 4 games are away from home. I'm looking at those 4 like, okay, can we get results in these games? Can we get performances in these games? Then I will start to believe a bit more. I'm not like, people like, oh, have you turned the corner? Hold up. Because we beat, you know what I'm saying, West Ham at home and Wolves away. Like, relax. So did you not watch the 20 plus games before that? Like, that just doesn't erase because we've had a couple of good games. But I've liked what I've seen previously and liked the improvements. And whether Ten Hag stumbled upon it on accident, it's worked playing Casemiro next to Meno. And that's what I've been screaming for all season long was go back to last season, play a double pivot. Because the few times we've done it this season, we've actually played better. So yeah, man, we'll see. But I think it'll most likely be a draw. I'm expecting Villa to have some form of reaction because they were poor against Chelsea, and that was a surprise defeat as well.
Yeah, man, fair play. Mo, Man United for Champions League, or are Villa and Spurs going to get it this season? They've been too good.
No, I think it's too far. It's too far for United to get Champions League now. Even if you catch Villa, they won't catch Spurs. That's my opinion. I think it's 6 points difference. I think unless Arsenal reaches the final against Man City and 5th position gets Champions League, Arsenal can help Man United. We spoke about this before. So I don't think they get. Listen, I would be surprised if they win against Villa, because listen, Emery, if he plays that game with the same way of him playing against Liverpool with the high line, the same way he played against Chelsea with the high line as well and trying to press, Man United are gonna hit him on the counter. I don't think he's that idiot. I don't think he's gonna be stupid, and I think I hear flawless. They're gonna need a response, and that response is gonna be against Man United at home. And that, I think that will kill the hope of like the top 4 talk. Like Man United will be 11 points behind top 4 for 14 games left. I think that's too much of a drift for them to catch. And listen, Lisandro Martinez is out, so back to shit football again, based on a lot of Man United fans. Bro, that's what they said, bro. They're like, yeah, Lisandro's back.
Hey, we play bad. Hey, don't give Lisandro, and I rate Lisandro. Don't give him all that credit. We play bad football again. We play bad football with him. We play bad football regardless.
Bro, what are you talking about? It might not be up to your standard, but it's better with a Lisandro Martinez.
Oh, it's better with Lisandro. It looked
yeah.
bro.
You know what? Use more than one. You know what I'm saying? 2 out of 10 is better than 1 out of 10.
Now he's out. Go back to the same kind of football you used to play before.
2 out of 10 is better than 1 out of 10. Fantastic. What are we talking about?
Better. I think it's better.
What are we doing?
It's better, bro.
What are we doing
scoring
here?
goal. He's the Messiah now. Garnacho is the upcoming.
Yeah, Mo, you're such a troll, man.
I'm just repeating what people are saying, bro. Why are you laughing?
Because are these people on your panel or are these people in your chat? That's what I want to know.
Social media, man.
Are they on socials?
Social.
They're
socials.
everywhere.
Yeah, man. Exactly, man. Don't pay attention to our fan base. I don't pay attention.
Big up Said. I had that argument with him on the channel just a half an hour ago about Garnacho is so meaty. And he's like, he's doing all right now. I'm like,
yeah,
but Garnacho's all right as a bench player for Man United in the future.
Agreed.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree. He needs that. He's decent. He has some good attributes, but he needs to add more to his game. I've said this. He's got no back. You know what I'm saying he needs to add more skills. He's 18, 19. Yeah.
To be honest, very, very good. Looking at him, like I see the light in him. But again, like people are saying, Casemiro is the best DM in the world and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? We got the best pivot in the league. What are you talking about?
Man, it's mad when you talk about
seriously, you don't like when the trolls being trolled, all of a sudden you sense
the guy 31 years old, he lost his leg. Did you see the tackle he did against Wolverhampton? I'm not mistaken. When he like couldn't catch up the guy and he's like decided like I'm gonna just chop you. You know what I mean?
Well, in the opening
minutes. Is it against West Ham or against Wolves? Like in the beginning of the game?
Wolves. He got
Wolves. You know what I'm talking about? Like in the beginning of the game, someone just ran next to him and he's
like, that's nothing to do with his. We've watched Casemiro. He did that last season. We watched Casemiro do that throughout his career. He's been chopping people. Like, that's nothing to do with losing his legs. He used
to be a little bit better athletically. A little bit better. He's gotten old, bro.
I disagree with that, but we move.
And you know what it is with this game? You know what it is with this game for me, right? You just have to look at the reverse fixture. And I agree with Mo. I think Emery was naive because Villa went 2-0 up in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Then they persisted. Pressing, bro.
Yeah. The craziest part about it is, though, even though we went 2-0 down inside 20 minutes, we didn't actually play that bad. That was the craziest part. Like we played worse. We played better. No, we played we played worse and drew in one game. So we actually did all right.
I think with this game on Sunday, Konza's like he's a big blow to Villa, but then I actually think Emery's gonna tweak his formation in this game. I think he's gonna start Diaby and Watkins, Diaby and Bailey either side with Watkins. I think he's gonna go to a 4-3-3 with Douglas Luiz, Kamara and McGinn in the middle. And I think that 6 at the front, I think it's gonna be too much for you, especially home advantage off the back of an embarrassing loss to Chelsea. Because let's be honest, I don't know if any of you lot predicted a Chelsea win, but I'm going to assume we had Villa winning or maybe a draw. I don't think anyone had Chelsea winning that game. So that's embarrassing. From a Villa standpoint, they've not lost at home this year. I think they drew against Sheffield and that was their only draw. They've not lost at home this year. So I think that Chelsea game was an anomaly. I think it goes back
Nah,
to basics
they lost the
on
game
the
before.
weekend.
That's what it was. They lost to Newcastle the game before. So they had back-to-back
Oh yeah,
home
they
defeats.
did.
They
They
lost
did.
3-1.
Sorry, it was. So,
And I don't see them losing
Flawless,
3 in a row.
that's even worse. You know the saying, 3 is the magic number.
Yeah, I don't see them losing 3.
And the other saying, third time lucky. I just think home advantage Sunday, last game of the weekend. I think they're going to give it their all, man. And I think that front three, we've not seen it a lot. I think we've seen it 2-3 times, but I think Bailey, Watkins, and Diaby with McGinn, Louise, and Kamara behind them, I think they're going to have a bit too much for you. No, Lissandro. I think Villa got this one, man. They got this one.
I hear that. I'm not disputing. If someone says a Villa win, I wouldn't argue them down. Sorry, Potts.
But would you be surprised if Man United win? That's a question, though.
Yes, because we haven't beat a top.
You would be surprised.
We'd be surprised. We haven't beat a top side away from home all season long. Who's the last top side away from home we beat?
I wouldn't be surprised if you draw, but if you win, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's because I can't remember. I legit can't remember the last time we beat. If someone in the chat or someone on the panel knows who's the last top side away from home we beat.
Flores, can I ask you something? Would you take a draw? If someone offered you a draw right
100%.
Now,
yeah, because that's good for momentum purposes. Considering, I would obviously then look in context. Then would matter in regards to the game if we were the better side. But we'll see. Hopefully, Emery does play the high line and we can capitalize on that. Because our attack, surprisingly, in the past couple of games has been scoring goals. So I hope that continues. But I know our attack's limited. So I know the goals are going to dry up again.
Let's do some quick predictions, man. Because I'm going to go 2-2 on this one. I'm going to go 2-2. Flawless, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, 1-1.
1-1. Goonie?
Yeah, similar. 1-1.
Robs?
3-2 Villa. High scoring.
Wow. Cool. That is going to be a class game. It is like high line versus counter-attack football, man. It could be goals. Mo?
3-1 Villa.
Wow. Villa, they need a win, man, because it's not been great of late. They're starting to fall off a little bit. I think this one's gonna be mad. Listen, Goonie, let's come to Chelsea. Chelsea. You beat Villa, and now you're in a cup final, you're in the FA Cup. Pochettino might be able to turn it round. Although most of the social media fans on Chelsea were saying, I want him gone, whatever happens. Now a few of them are going, I might be able to turn this round. This is looking good. Your fans are unreal, bro. Like, honestly, our fans are a joke. These Chelsea fans, man, are just unbelievable, bro. Like, I can't believe it. Like, what I'm hearing. And now it's like, Enzo and Caicedo are starting to show why they're 115 million together. It's like, Jesus, man, let's just calm. They played well against Villa. Villa weren't great, but I thought you actually did play really well, actually, Chelsea, to be fair. Where are you at right now going into the weekend, brother?
Well, first of all, let me talk about all of that stuff. Poch still needs to go. I don't give a shit. I don't care what I saw against Aston Villa. Poch still needs to go. And one very good game out of 49 games played previously is, believe it or not, is not enough to convince me to say that we've turned a corner. It's nowhere near enough. The performance was great. I thought it was a very good performance. There were some tactical differences that I noticed that seemed to work for the squad. Enzo and Caicedo seemed to play a lot closer to each other in that pivot, which is something that a lot of us Chelsea fans have been calling out for. And Nicholas Jackson actually played on the wing. I don't know if you remember, when we signed this guy, I think I was the first one of the only ones to say that this guy is not a natural striker. He looks better on the wing. Even so, I don't think that guy is good enough. I'm sorry. I'm not convinced by Nicholas Jackson. But we're going to be playing Crystal Palace away, who are not really in the best form this season. Also, Eze and Olise are going to be out. I'm sort of expecting a win. I'm expecting a win, to be honest. But we're 11th in it. What have we got to play for in the league, to be completely honest with you? I need a lot more convincing from this Chelsea team. I'm not going to jump the gun. I never jump the gun. A lot of convincing still needs to be done for me to be able to say, we've turned the corner. You remember the 4-4, Dan, against Manchester City, where everyone was saying, yeah, Chelsea. This. What did I say? I said, listen, not yet. So I've got too much. I've seen this happen way too many times. I'm going to say this. I've seen this happen way too many times. So I'm just going to wait and see. Unless we go on a phenomenal run between now and the end of the season, my judgment still stays the same. And my thing is why that game? Why did they switch it on that game? I'll tell you why. Because Pochettino is probably going to get sacked if he lost that game. And I hope I honestly hope the board are saying to Poch right now, just because you put in that performance at Villa Park does not mean you're safe for the rest of the season. We need to at least see a trophy, right? But even if we do see a trophy, I'm not going to lie, this is going to upset Chelsea fans yet again. He still needs to go. He still needs to go. Too many tactical naive decisions this guy has made on a consistent basis, playing players out of position, deploying the wrong tactics, looking clueless when things are not going right for him on the pitch. It's not enough for me. I'm sorry. With the ambition that I have and with what I'm accustomed to and the fact that I like to win things and I have standards, he's not that guy. He's definitely not that guy.
Who would you like to see him bring in, Goonie? What would you like to see happen?
At this moment in time, in terms of availability, remember, people, we're talking of availability right now. I'd be looking at Hansi Flick, although personally, I don't think he's going to pick us. I think he'll end up going to Barcelona. A lot of people are saying that the Girona manager is an option for Chelsea. Now, this is the thing with the Girona manager that I'll say. As well as he's done for Girona, he's done phenomenal things for them. And he's absolutely got no right to be where he is in La Liga with that team. However, I don't want to take no more risks. I still think that he falls into that category of potentially could be an elite manager who hasn't won anything yet, but could. I don't want that. I want a manager who's been there, done it, commands the respect of that changing room, because there's a lot of disciplinary issues that do come with young players. I'm not just specifically referring to this young Chelsea squad, but youth in general. You already know, we've all been there. We've all been at them young ages. You do stupid things. Sometimes you can, do you know what I mean? I need somebody there who's going to steer them in the right direction and keep their focus where it needs to be to ensure that these guys perform the way that they're supposed to perform. That's one of my biggest issues with Pochettino. Feels like a bit of a soft touch to me, but yeah.
Interesting, man. Listen, we're nearly running out of time, but we'll keep this brief with you three guys. Flawless, let's start with you. Poch, is he gonna stay at Chelsea or is he gonna go?
Oh no, it's a question of when he gets sacked, not if. You can't continue to perform like that and and get results in the way they are. The man are 11th. Like, that can't count you. Even if you don't think Chelsea are all that, they're better than 11th. Like, they have their, I'm sorry. Like, what are we doing out here? Like, anybody backing this, any Chelsea fans backing it is crazy. I get rivals backing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Mo and others, like trolls like that makes sense. But yeah, he's gotta go.
Can I say one more thing, actually?
Go on, Goonie.
If Poch is gonna go, one thing that I need to see from the Chelsea higher ups is the sporting directors need to go either before or immediately after Pochettino. Why do I say that? Because I don't trust them to make the correct appointment based on their previous decisions that they've been making that have put us in this situation. Sorry to cut you off there, Flawless, but
that's all good, man. That's all good. It's about your team, but yeah, I think he gets sacked. It's just a question of when, not if.
Roms?
Yeah, similar to Flores, I think Poch can just potentially delay the inevitable. I just hope he stays there until the cup final. Do what you want with him after that, but I just hope Poch stays there until the cup final. But cup finals forms go out the window. If Chelsea were to win the cup final, I think that actually buys Poch till the end of the year. I know Goonie might disagree, but it's silverware. Chelsea fans will start to do the shameless thing. We've won something this season, and I just think it delays the inevitable. I think whatever happens, they sack him at the end of the season. But if he wins that cup final, yeah, it buys him more time. But he, like echoing what Goonie and Flores said, you can't be 11th. Like, regardless, I know he hasn't done himself favors. I know they've got a young team, but they're better than 11th. At least 7th, 8th minimum, but 11th is crazy. So yeah, I can't see him lasting.
Mo?
It's complicated at Chelsea because of the cup final and because Pochettino has a style of play, but the results are not there. I can't sit here and tell you Poch is this, Poch is that. Context is out of the window. If you're 11th in the league, if you call yourself a big club, it's that simple. He should have been sacked when he's 11. I said give him until the cup final. They might be delaying the inevitable, but in my opinion, it's the problem isn't only Poch, it's the whole team is overrated. As Goonie said, the rest of them up there. The problem is like when you look at the January transfer window and they're like going for Duran, the guy like from Villa. I'm like, this is another 20 years old, bro. What the fuck is going on here?
What's the difference in him and Bruno? I didn't understand
why?
that.
No, but I think it's a direct. I think actually what I realize is that English football now, the fans have completely different directions and expectations than the board. Like they're completely different planets. Goonie wants to win, and I think they are going for a completely different direction. Same as Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans are like, yeah, we want to win, but the board are sitting in the back room thinking, no, we're all right. We're building something here. And this is where the clash happens. Goonie see, like, no, we spend that much money. And the board will be like, as long as we're making money and we sell 100 million in the summer, we're all right.
So, Mo, you think the boards are good? Arsenal and Chelsea boards are good with like top 4 and just Europe. You reckon they're happy with that?
Arsenal top 4. Do you think Arsenal when they hired? I don't want to go back to Arsenal, but do you think Chelsea when they hired Pochettino and signed 22, 21 years old and underage kids? Do you think that like they replaced the youth system with these guys with like youth teams? Do you think they're going? Yes, we'll win the title with Pochettino and with these kids. No. They're like, yes, listen, we're gonna develop a team. It's not working with Poch, you're 11th and everything. If you get us the cup and you climb the table a little bit to 8th, we'll give you another chance because I think what Goonie thinks should happen, I think because I'm seeing it, bro. You see it with the way they approach the market. You see it with the appointment. They are all right with this. It looks like they're okay with this.
This is the thing, Mo. This is the big problem is they came in and they said verbatim, we are looking to sign the elite youngsters in world football.
Jeez,
where is Mbappe right now, and where is he going? Where is Jude Bellingham right now? Where is Musiala right now? Where are these elite players that have the collective experience at playing at the highest levels in every competition? How many of those have you seen come into Chelsea?
So they lied then. What I'm telling you, they lied.
Right.
They lied. They
Right.
told them we're gonna win, and then they went and signed.
I can't remember.
Bro, they literally went and signed youngsters just to spite people because you know what? The Lavia signing didn't make any sense to me because you signed Caicedo and Enzo, Gallagher. It didn't make any sense. They signed the guy hoping that he plays, and they might sell him later to a Real Madrid or Bayern Munich.
Mudryk as well. The Mudryk one was mad.
Yeah, like for 80 million. But the Mudryk they got tricked. They got tricked.
Crazy.
Yeah, the Mudryk one they tricked because, to be honest, I can't fault him for Mudryk because Arsenal wanted Mudryk, and he was at that time. People were talking about Mudryk, this and that. Probably it's a mistake in scouting because you remember Arsenal wanted him, so I can't fault Chelsea. Yeah. But the Lavia one, why are you signing? Why didn't you spend that 50 million on a ready-made player now? Why did you go sign a youngster like this where you have a lot of youngsters?
Mo,
I think it's a resale value. It has to be
resale value as well, but I think. Similar to them, I'm not going to say the Mudryk one was spiteful, but similar to that deal, I just don't think Chelsea wanted their rivals getting, because we were in for Lavia. We weren't serious, but we were in for Lavia. Same way Arsenal wanted Mudryk. I think Chelsea's like, you know what? Oh, you want him. We're just going to nip him. We've got the funds to do that. Let's nip him before the rivals get him. And then they don't know how to use.
That's not true. Utilize. Because I think it was the summer before Tuchel left, we had actually made a 50 million bid for him.
Or Lavia, before he went to Southampton.
No, when he was still at Southampton, we made a 50 million bid for him. So we'd always been interested in Lavia.
But then, Druni, this is where I say it's spiteful, right? It's only until we started playing these lowball bids, the 35 millions, the 40s, the 45s. And then I think our next bid, we probably would have matched it. And you lot like, no. We're the big boys here. We can sign him. And that's when I think you've then signed him. So I agree with you. You had long-term interest. But it's like, oh, Liverpool on the peripheral of getting him. Let's get in front of them. So that's why I called it spite. But I know you were linked to because Joe Shields, even his direct, the guy that brought him through at City and whatnot, went to Chelsea. So there was that relationship there. Yeah, you're right.
I promise you, there are about 12 or 15 players in the Chelsea squad I never heard of before they signed for Chelsea. The likes of Ian Maatson. I don't know who Ian Maatson is. Even Malo Gusto. Even Malo Gusto, I'm like, who is this? Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah.
Nobody heard of Nicholas Jackson before Chelsea were like win for him.
Yeah, I
Nobody
didn't
knew
know.
who is that guy. You know, like I know.
I
who's
told
that
you
guy.
straight. There's only 5, maybe 6 players that I would keep at Chelsea. The rest, see you later.
Yeah,
Guys.
man, that's mad, isn't it? To be spending €1 billion and only keeping 5, it is crazy. But listen, we run out of time. I'm going to be late for this show. Make sure you stay tuned. You're going to be redirected over to Lee Judges TV. It's myself, Lee Judges, and Dan Lawless for the West Ham Arsenal preview. So make sure you head over there. Just stay tuned, and it will flip you over. Make sure you do me a favor, though, guys, and big up to Flawless for coming on, my bro. Make sure that you head over to Flawless. That's me, Flawless and Sarcasm City TV. Big up to Goonie as well. Bless for coming on. Make sure you go over to Man Knows Football. Roms, likewise, make sure you go follow Roms. He does loads of Liverpool content. He's on loads of people's shows. Make sure you go follow his Twitter handle there. And make sure you go follow Footy Judge Mo, please, people. Make sure you get involved with football prizes. Make sure that's in the description. Make sure you get involved. Unbelievable prizes there. Some of the raffles tickets are ridiculously cheap. So make sure you get involved in that. We are out here, people. We'll see you next time. Smash a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And we'll see you next time.
Stuff get out.